them both to you so that you can get to know them a little bit before we begin our questions. Elizabeth Esty is a community leader, attorney, and mother with a record of fighting for seniors, women's rights, and middle-class families. A former state representative and town council member, Elizabeth has actively volunteered with organizations in her community, including the League of Women Voters. She started out volunteering for Planned Parenthood in college and co-authored briefs defending women's reproductive rights in key Supreme Court cases as an attorney. On the Cheshire Town Council, she helped pass budgets that protected schools and property tax credits for seniors, while paying down the debt. In the State House, she helped lead the effort to create green jobs of the future here in Connecticut. Elizabeth lives in Cheshire with her husband Dan. They've been married 27 years and have 3 kids, Sarah, Thomas, and Jonathan. Welcome, Mrs. Esty. From a family which has called Litchfield County home for 5 generations, Andrew Roraback has been elected 9 times by the citizens of northwestern Connecticut to the General Assembly. He served in the House of Representatives from 1995 to 2000 and has been in the State Senate from 2001 until now. In the 17 years that he has served, Senator Roraback has never missed a roll call vote, casting 8,468 consecutive votes. Andrew is the only one out of 187 legislators who can claim this record. Born in Torrington, Andrew was a 1983 cum laude graduate of Yale College, and he received his law degree from the University of Virginia in 1987. He works with his father, brother, and sister at the family law firm of Roraback and Roraback, which was started in Torrington by his great-grandfather in 1883. Andrew lives in Goshen with his wife Kara and their son Andrew Kevin. Welcome. Okay, based on the coin toss we held earlier, Mr. Roraback will receive the first question. No surprise to anyone, we're all going to start with the economy. Can you talk a little bit about some specific measures you would support or oppose to get America's economy back on track? Please be as specific as you can.
Well, Deb, obviously the economy is the central issue of this campaign, and virtually every issue that is going to weigh heavily in the minds of voters are issues that I think we need to focus on, because the people of the 5th District are desperately hungry for middle-class jobs. So specifically, it's my view, and this is a view that is informed by my experience in Hartford, that raising taxes in times of economic distress is an unwise thing to do. When you raise taxes, no one can convince me that that will translate into more job opportunities for people in this corner of Connecticut. To the contrary. The tax increases that my opponent supports will fall disproportionately on small business owners. 53% of the individuals who will bear the burden of higher taxes on January 1 are small business owners who run their businesses through limited liability companies or subchapter S corporations. So I think that the prudent thing for us to do is to keep current tax rates in effect for at least the next year while we overhaul the entire tax code. I'm not advocating lowering anyone's taxes next year, but I don't think we should be raising anybody's taxes either, because the truth of the matter is that will result in fewer job opportunities.
Mrs. Esty.
Clearly, the economy is job one for anyone going to Washington right now. And I've had my focus tightly on what we can do to build a strong economy going forward. And I think for our district, there are enormous opportunities, not just for our district, but across this country, in small businesses, in manufacturing, and in building a strong energy economy. Now, on small businesses, this is the one part of our economy that has come back at least in the last 4 years. And this is a wonderful opportunity for bipartisan cooperation in Washington. I don't think there's a single district in the United States that isn't full of small businesses. And if each small business, like the ones in all the towns of the 5th District, were able to hire one more worker, we would be out of this recession. We're a demand economy. We need people working. They need access to credit. In manufacturing, and I come from a family manufacturing background, there are small family manufacturers all up and down the Naugatuck Valley. There's a tremendous opportunity to build middle-class jobs, but we need a level playing field. We need to make sure that China is not cheating with currency manipulation. We need to make sure that our trade laws are fair and that you can't get ahead by outsourcing jobs overseas at the expense of good American jobs. sure that our young people have the skills that they need. That's also why I'm such a strong supporter of affordable higher education. Education is the key to moving up in the society, and frankly, we've seen a Republican House of Representatives that has looked to cut back on federal support for affordable education. I'm sure we'll have more to say about this now. Thank you.
We have some time for elaborations and clarifications, and I'm wondering if either of you would like to elaborate on anything that you've just said in the last 2 minutes.
I think that as the discussion unfolds, we'll have I'm sure, an ample opportunity to make our positions more fully understood, because there's so many important issues facing the people of this district.
Well, I would like to take as the opening question on the economy. I think there are real and substantial differences. If you listen carefully, Senator Roraback had the same plan that Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan did. And the only specific plan was this: keep tax breaks for millionaires. Now, as far as I can tell, that's the one and only clear and definitive committed priority. Keep extending tax breaks for millionaires. And folks, we've seen that before. That was trickle-down economics. We saw it under Bush, and it didn't work. Trickle-down economics 2.0 won't work.
Sure, thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, it was really nice to meet you, Sal. Thank you. Give and take, sure. We wouldn't. This is America, right? It wouldn't be. Yeah.
Not like some other ones.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I want you to know you did something almost impossible. I didn't find out until Tammy sent me an email that showed me another check. Oh my God. Whoa. She maxed out. No, it's like everything. Where are you headed next? Oh, good. That's great.
So, what do you guys